Everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sir Hale Speaks podcast. We are glad to be here. It's good to see everybody. Now, listen, I won't waste your time. I'm going to jump right into this thing. I want to specifically address people who deal with low self-esteem. And maybe you're on here and you believe that you function with a degree of high self-esteem or, normal self-esteem. Well, there's a couple things, particularly two, that I want to discuss because what I'm noticing is a lot of people with marriage and relationship issues often are hoping that the person that they are with validates something in them that they can only address within themselves. So take a listen, sit back. We're going to go through this very briefly, and hopefully something is said that you can take away from that resonates with you, that makes you take some time to work on being a better you. All right, here we go. So those with low self-esteem, the first thing is that they tolerate stuff that healthy people would not. Now, I know that you're probably saying that that's a ridiculous statement to make because you don't know people's relationships, and you are 100% correct. But here's the defining factor when it comes to determining whether or not something is normal or something is a cause to terminate the relationship, is if you're being disrespected and have communicated this, that it's been made clear that what's being done to you, whether this is the way you're being spoken to, is the lack of consideration, it is the lack of affection, whatever that thing is that might cause that feeling of contempt. These things have been verbalized and clearly communicated. And despite there being clear communication and agreement that something will be done to address it, it keeps on happening. This is a clear sign that if you stay and can continue to tolerate it, even though it has been discussed, healthy people take someone's behavior as a signal to how they really see them, and they make it the appropriate decision to honor their own boundaries, and they'll make the necessary adjustments so that they don't keep on living in that kind of hostile situation. Somebody with low self-esteem, however, though, even after their boundaries have been communicated, they'll go into what I call the bargaining mode, to where they start to explain why they don't deserve to be treated this way, why they don't deserve to be neglected, why they because they're a good person, they deserve to be loved, and that because they give, instead of looking at the situation and making a determination that after we've communicated this and it's been clear and this continues to happen, I'm going to remove myself because it appears based off of your behavior that you're unwilling to give me what I need, particularly when it's respect. So people with low self-esteem will bargain because deep down, they believe that they are deficient and they are in need of the person who they are with to validate something in them they can only address and fix within themselves. The second thing is a lot of people with low self-esteem make excuses. This ties into the first thing that I said. They bargain. The second thing is they make excuses for why they are being treated the way that they are, even if it's being disrespected, even if it's being violated, even if it's being neglected, it's being mistreated. They'll start to make excuses to rationalize into finding a reason that they can live with for why they're being treated the way that they are. Some people will use religion. Some people will use past experiences. Some people will regurgitate mistakes that they've made as a way to formulate an idea that maybe they're getting their punishment back. When people have low self-esteem, they find any reason to stay. When healthy people will look at the situation and they'll do what's necessary to remove themselves so that they don't jeopardize their own mental health and someone else's as well. But somebody who's have low self-esteem goes into justifying bad behavior. They go into explaining away why they're being mistreated because they have low self-esteem. So why are we bringing this up? It's because a lot of the clients, a lot of the people that I coach, and people that I speak to in general, they're spending time trying to work on their relationship when really they need to work on their own sense of self-worth. When they really need to work on the part of them that their esteem is low. Because if they could address that, I promise about 50% of the problems that they are dealing with could be addressed if they'll learn to work on why they see themselves the way that they see themselves. Because if you did not know this, you accept what you think you deserve. So to anybody who might be dealing with low self-esteem, I am Ernest Tell, better known as Sir Hale Speaks. I do offer relationship coaching. If you need this, I want you to book me so that we can work through this together so that you can start getting the outcomes of life that you want to have. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk with you guys again soon.